Hey everyone, this is Shagg, and welcome to a new segment on my YouTube channel, New Game plus Shagg. What's so special about this? Well, it covers games recently released, and it's available in a silent version for those who just want to watch footage of a new game without anybody's voice over it. This game is Excitebike World Tour, a wiiware game recently released, as in released 2 hours ago at the time of this voice recording. It's a great birthday present from Nintendo, I would think, despite that I had to pay for it. I am a big fan of the original NES Excitebike, which this is based off of, and not as big of a fan of the 3D ones and the Excite Truck / Excitebots series. They even give you a classic control option so that you don't have to do any silly Wiimote tilting. You saw me fooling around in the options, and then I went right to the World Tour. For some reason I decided that I needed to preview the training course, despite Excitebike being something that I probably understand. Just like the classic ones, you move up and down through the lanes, you press one button for gas and one button for turbo. You have to try not to overheat. You can hit cooldown strips in order to cool down, obviously, and you can land right after going off of a ramp in order to get a speed boost. Here we see me failing the training because I am stupid. I can do it this time. Come on, red man. Hooray! We have passed the lesson. Basically, this is just telling you what you would know if you'd played the original one. There's not a whole lot of new mechanics in this, but there are a few. I'm not actually sure if the speed boost was... well, it certainly wasn't visible in the old one. This tutorial teaches you, or attempts to teach you, about landing jumps to get the speed boost. However, it is dumb. Or I just can't land correctly on slopes. Thusly, this tutorial is dumb. Watch me fail it. Don't worry, this video is not mostly the tutorial. I sort of gave up on this stupid tutorial and went right into the actual game fairly shortly. In case you had noticed, this is post-commentary. When I do a more major game coming up, I will be doing live commentary. You might be able to guess what that game that I plan to do is. So here we have a bunch of colors ripped directly from Excite Trucks and Excitebots, and with ridiculous requirements. You start off with only red and blue. I choose red because it is the classic Excitebike color. So, this is the World Cup. The Bronze World Cup, World Tour. The objective is obviously to get the fastest time possible while not sucking, which is sort of implied. As this is my first real race, I'm not the best. You can see I'm sticking a bunch of landings there. You can also see I'm sticking my face into that guy's backside. The backside of his bike, that is. It's not a pleasant experience. That is a new mechanic. Even if you choose classic controls, you are required to shake the Wiimote up and down to recover, as in Excitebots and Excite Truck. But it's not terribly bothersome. What is terribly bothersome is that I keep running into people. A lot of the sound effects from this game are also taken directly from Excitebots / Excite Truck. But it's not really that big of a problem. If people, you can sort of ambush people by making them run into you from behind, which makes your guy do a little fist bump, and I'm wondering if there's some sort of bonus you get from that. Each level in the game has 2 laps, and we are very shortly going to finish the second lap here. Finish! Since it was my first race, I didn't do that well, and I got a B grade. The highest grade is S, as far as I know, and I have no idea what the lowest one is, because I didn't manage to suck harder than a B. As you can see, the best times keep track of the control scheme you use, as well as the time. And now Canada! I have to pause so I can let it finish the jingle there, because I love it so much. Canada, land of hay bales, for some reason. Unfortunately, as far as I can tell in the track editor, which will be covered in another preview bit, you cannot choose the setting of your course, merely the obstacles within. Unless I totally missed that, which is perfectly possible. In this race I do much, much better. Not to spoil anything or anything. What's also nice about Excitebike, or this Excitebike, is that the original one didn't have any music at all, which I guess you would expect since it was on the NES. But this one has delightful, cheerful little tunes. None of the crazy Excitebots music. I haven't actually played Excite Trucks, so I don't know what to say about that. It's pretty light in tone, kind of exciting, despite what my voice might tell you. Ow. Luckily, even if you run into people, you can still manage to be decent enough to get an S rank, which will happen right now! Bam. On the World Cup results screen, it'll show you the S ranks you got, but it won't show you like what other ranks you got unless you go into the menu deeper, if that makes any sense. You'll see at the end, probably. I think I recorded that. Moving on, we have Mexico. The terrain in Mexico is basically yet again ripped directly from Excitebots. At least the style of it. Desert, high canyons, cactuses, same colors. It's not really a detriment, it's just an observation. I think there's some kind of boost start you can get at the beginning, but I'm not totally sure what it is, so I just try to use turbo. There's that water in Mexico that you find in Excitebots that's kind of annoying, but in this one you don't have to worry about it because obviously you're on a very fixed track. This is only 1,000 Wii points, by the way, and if you are a fan of the original Excitebike, which is also available for 500 Wii points, I definitely recommend it. Though 2D Excitebikes aren't for everyone, I suppose. This does have Nintendo Wi-Fi races, which are covered in yet another part of this new game plus Shagg preview thing. Whatever you want to call it. Preview, review. It's not much of a review. It's just sort of me rambling, which is what everything I do is. But it leads me to the finish line. Only an A rank that time. I'm so glad that they remixed the classic Excitebike jingle. It's like the best thing ever. I have a history with Excitebike. That is, I don't actually own an NES, but it was one of the games that I played on my cousin's NES back in the day. 'Twas fun. And lastly, London, land of more hay bales plus the Union Jack flag. That's all that's in London worth noting. I guess we're in a stadium. But the flag and the hay bales are more important. Since I didn't really go past the Bronze Cup, I'll be interested to see how they vary up the terrain with, well, relatively limited options, I suppose. And I missed that ramp for some reason. I think I persist in missing that ramp. Ramps give you a very noticeable boost in speed and height. Like those special ramps, that is. That little yellow token that I completely missed while crashing into another guy is a morph thing. Again, a mechanic that is seen in Excitebots. There are two morph terrains. One makes one of those little striped ramps pop up, and one makes a big hill pop up. I didn't quite understand this completely until I got into the stage editor. Looks like I jumped on top of a guy there. I guess that's another way you can assault them. And I guess karma. Or bike mode. Well, that's about all for the actual World Tour Cup thing that's going on. So, stay tuned to New Game Plus Shagg, Excitebike, whatever this is called. Jeez, I've already forgotten. Stay tuned for track editing and Nintendo Wi-Fi connection. This has been Shagg. Good luck.